a weird committee because it's mostly self-selected. So if you are dying on to be the Red Bandana Committee and think you might make a good choice to be on that committee, you should let us know. Eric Hirsch is on the committee, a former recipient of the Red Bandana Award. Steve Graham, who is our director by default. Jane Murphy is going to California to study Hannah Arendt. You know where Jane is. Jane Falvey, who's over there. Long-time radio DJ and small business person. Who else? Rick Wahlberg. Rick, where are you? He's over there. He's over there. Yeah, Rick's doing the sound. If you go to Stone Soup, you've seen him. And Barbara. Where's Barbara? Over there. Karen Malcolm. Where's Karen? Maybe Karen's getting another drink, but no, here she is. Who else do we have? Who else did I left off? Has anybody got left off? Maggie! Where's Maggie Rogers? She is at the bar. Maggie is at the bar. Okay. So, we all got together about 6 years ago after Richard Walton, our friend. How many people met Richard? Raise your hand so we can see. Okay. So now here is actually the issue, because like 70% of people raise their hands. This award has to get bigger than us. There's just a lot of white folks in this group. It's just better to be direct about it. And everybody here has a sensitivity to that. But our job over the next year or two is to expand this, because I think the sense of everybody who's been part of this committee is how do we represent all of Rhode Island or southeastern Massachusetts, for those of us who live across the line by 0.7 miles. How do we make space for everyone? And I'm really proud, I think all the members are, of the committee who have addressed that issue of diversity in its broadest sense. So that is our calling, I think, for the next year or two. I was at a meeting a number of years ago of musicians, and they say, why aren't there more people of color here? And a person of color stood up and said, did you ask them? And it's really that simple. Like, you cannot sit here and hope that somebody else asks people to be invited, because there's been enough damage and enough hurt and enough confusion that if people don't know they're welcome, they won't show up. So our job for every person here this year is to break down that barrier, so that next year we have 3 times as many people here, and we represent what is really Rhode Island. That's our job. I'll do that. I promise you I will do that. And I'd like to ask you to do that. And I'm going to tell you, because I've tried to do it my whole life, and it's a little bit awkward. But, you know, at this point, being awkward is like a really good thing. Being awkward, it's like being awkward is being political. That's what I'm kind of thinking right now. You know, going outside of our little box. So anyway, so now, I actually asked John to show up, and John was like he's up to his neck and moving to a different place. And John wrote this song about immigration. John Campbell, who is kind of our weird our state treasure. Everybody who knows John knows that he's our weird state treasure. And he said, I'll try to be here if I can. I said, if you don't show up, I'm going to show up. I'll sing this song for you. This is actually my sound check song that I do all over the country. People come up to me, and who wrote that song? It's by John Campbell. But John wrote this song for Phil Edmonds after they're sitting down at Battery Park on the south end of New York City. And Phil, one of our honorees, came to this country when he was 14 years old. And he said, when I came to our country, the only thing I recognized was this lady standing there. So we'll see if I do it justice. Once we were tired, hungry and poor, green huddled masses, we stood at her door. She offered us property, shelter and work. She's the prettiest girl in all of New York. Oh, fragile flower, winter and summer, hot sun and rain. Yet she's the prettiest one of them all the same. Then to the north, south and the west, I stayed for a while where I thought it was best. Not seeing the like, often I've looked. That tall green-eyed girl with a torch and the book. Coming out of the porthole, coming back on the plane. See winter and summer, hot sun and rain. Yet she's the loveliest one of them all the same. Sometimes she's afraid that her sit down. It's an awful long time be wearing that crown. Not seeing the light, often I've looked. That tall green-eyed girl with a torch and the book, looking out the porthole, coming back on the plane. See winter and summer, hot sun and rain. Yet she's the loveliest one of them all the same. Prettiest girl, all of New York, welcomes me home again. Welcomes me home.
Oh, there it is. I was wondering where that went. I'm much happier now. I wrote this song on Martin Luther King's birthday a number of years ago. It's got a part for you. I'll sing it through once, and then I got another song I'd like to sing. Yeah. I'm going to sing. I've been thinking about the people that came before. And you sing. It's a long, long way. Try that. I've been thinking about the people that came before your part. It's a long, long way. Mothers and fathers from a distant shore. Your part. It's a long, long way. Some came for freedom and some came for land. Your part. It's a long, long way. Some came down shackled hand in hand. Your part? It's a long, long way. And then we all sing. It's a long way. I sing. With many miles behind us. Try that. It's a long way. With many miles behind. Again. It's a long way. With many more to go. It's a long way. Till tomorrow finds us. It's a long, long way. Sing that again. It's a long, long way. Try the chorus again, long way. It's a long way. Out behind. It's a long way. With many more to go. It's a long way. Till tomorrow finds us. It's a long, long way. Sing it again. It's a long, long way. Some came with dreams of power, some came with dreams of gold. Your heart, it's a long, long way. Some came with whatever their two hands could hold. It's a long, long way. No matter when you got here, no matter how. It's a long, long way. Well, we're all in the same boat now. It's a long, long way. It's a long way. With many miles behind us. It's a long way. Many more to go. Long way. Till tomorrow finds us. It's a long, long way. Get now. It's a long, long way. You want to go, you can't get there by yourself. It's a long, long way. If you want to go, you gotta take somebody else. It's a long, long way. It's a long, hard road, a steep, hard climb. It's a long, long way. Reach back your hand, don't leave anyone behind. It's a long, long way. Everybody sing it, it's a long way. With many miles behind us. It's a long way. Many more to go. Long way. Till tomorrow finds us. It's a long, long way. Yeah. It's a long, long way. When I was a boy, once I heard a man. It's a long, long way. He said he had a dream about the promised land. It's a long, long way. He said I may not get there, neither may you. It's a long, long way. But our children's children may see it come true. It's a long, long way. Everybody sing, it's a long way. Many miles behind us. Long way. Many more to go. Long way. Till tomorrow finds us. It's a long, long way. One more time, it's a long way. Many miles behind us. Long way. Many more to go. Till tomorrow finds us. It's a long, long way, yeah. It's a long, long way. It's a long, long way. Hey, that sounded pretty good. We should record it. I'm going to do one more song and then we'll talk about Omar, okay? This is a new song. I actually wrote the words to this song a while ago, and then after the election, I found it. In the country where I live, there are many colors. Many shades and many hues, many spaces in between. Like a rainbow braid of light, each strand band around the other. Many colors, many hues, in the flat country where I live. In the country where I live, there are many voices, many stories, many words, many ways to name the world. Voices rise and then they fall, they divide and come together. Many stories, many songs, in the country where I live. Here in my heart, here in my dreams, until this country comes to be. In the country where I live, there are many gardens where the seeds of life are sown in the hope that they might grow, where the smallest flower blooms, finds its place among the others. There are gardens filled with hope in the country where I live. There are gardens filled with hope in the country where I live. This is a song I learned a long time ago. Some of you know it. We'll sing it and then we'll let ERB take over. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out justice, I would hammer out danger, and I would hammer out love between the brothers and sisters all over this land. If I had a bell, if I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning and the evening, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out danger, and I would ring out warning love. I would sing out love between brothers and sisters all over this land. If I had a song, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, sing it in the evening, all over this land. Sing out danger, sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, and I'd sing out love between the brothers and sisters all over this land. I got a hammer, I got a hammer, I got a bell, I got a bell, I got a song, I got a song, all over this land. Hammer of justice, freedom, the bell of freedom, song about the love, song about the love, brothers and sisters. Justice, love, freedom.